Hey everybody, welcome in. I'm so glad you're here. If you're new here, thank you so much for giving me a chance. Please feel free to hit like and subscribe and leave comments. It helps my channel grow and it helps me to connect with you. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much. You know how much your support means to me, and I love connecting with all of you. We're joined again today by Bella, which is why the bed's a mess. I've made it 3 times and she keeps getting the zoomies, so I've just decided to be authentic. So the topic of today's video, I thought it may sound heavy, but I don't think it has to be. It's on imposter syndrome. And I think everyone knows what that is, but it's when you're in a situation and you feel you don't belong there, or you're just waiting for everyone to say, you're not nearly as good as we thought you were, or you don't belong. That's the biggest thing, I think. And everyone gets imposter syndrome. And the reason I came up with this idea today, oh, somebody needs some lovin', sorry. Okay. I was watching some videos and on ASMR, and one of them was GB. I love GB. Love her, G-I-B-I. She is so supportive and inclusive in all of her videos. But she was showing her studio, and me with my little iPhone went, I'm such a fake. Like, I literally just went inside myself. I had someone mention I should get a mic, and I'm working on it, guys. I really am. I bought one and it's crap. So I'm just waiting. I ordered one, but it was back ordered. So I'm just waiting for it to get here. I did, however, set up my daughter's ring light that she told me I can use, and having fun with it. And I feel like it's doing a better job with lighting on me. And my, so I've had a couple emails recently. The ASMR community is so inclusive and so supportive, and 99.99% of the comments I get are so caring and just raises me up. I can't describe how good they make me feel. But I did have someone recently critique my look and tell me that I have Ozempic face, and maybe I do take Ozempic. I am diabetic, but I hate to tell you this, these cheekbones have been mine since day one, okay? These aren't a product of Ozempic, this is a product of genetics. And also asking me why my eyes are different sizes and why one crosses. I did mention once before, I had a lot of surgeries when I was young on one eye. I don't see out of this eye, and I never have, so I don't miss it. So please don't anybody feel any sympathy, because you don't miss what you don't have. And I more than make up for it in other ways. I try my hardest, but if I'm tired, it does wander a bit, only on camera. If you look at me talking, you don't see it, but somehow on camera it does. And I'm really working on some makeup techniques to make the eyes, I do get one that looks smaller, and I'm pretty sure that's how I put on makeup incorrectly. So I'm working on that. I think I've got a handle on it now, so I'm working on it. But I just felt the need to mention it because why? Why would somebody sit down and go out of their way to critique someone's look? It's not something I have control over most of the time. And I'm sorry for you if there's something in your life missing that you feel the need to make someone else feel just as bad as you do. And I honestly believe that goes right along with imposter syndrome. We feel like we don't belong, so sometimes people feel the need to make other people not feel like they belong or feel like they don't. You guys know what I mean. It's, unfortunately, it's a part of human nature, but it's something we can all overcome. It's also something we can empathize with. In other words, I could have blocked. I could have deleted. I could have sent back something nasty. I could have posted it. No, I simply sent back an email basically saying exactly what I just said to you guys, and said that I hope they get to a place where they don't feel the need to make someone else feel bad. I haven't heard back from them, but I'm open to dialoguing. I'm a firm believer in we need to dialogue. You know, we need to hear each other's point of view so that we can understand each other and learn from each other. A lot of times when we disagree with someone, it's ignorance, and not ignorance in rudeness, ignorance as lack of knowledge. I recently went through a situation with my daughter who was part of a school-wide walkout because our school board voted 6-4 not to raise the pride flag. And she and her friends did a walkout, changed out of their uniforms, you know, broke the dress code, and were meeting at a safe spot away from the school. And they were shocked, and I was shocked, as they had a counter group protesting them. And it got scary. What I love, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate this. The principal and most of the teachers, I guess some teachers had to stay behind because some kids didn't walk out, came out and basically made a line between the two groups. And the principal, who is an incredible person, actually went and spoke to both groups. And she said she knew what was being said around the kitchen table, what people were spouting back and forth to each other. And she said, they're not going to learn if I can't dialogue with them. And I said to her, I need to thank you, because these kids walked out of school. They were off school property. You did not have to be there. Those teachers did not have to be there. And her response to me was, of course I had to be there. Those are my kids. Thank you, God. Okay, because that's the kind of teachers I want for our kids, you know? And again, it's lack of knowledge. And there were repercussions later, okay? There were bad feelings on both sides. But again, the principal and the teacher did a big meeting with everybody, and basically everybody kind of talked out their feelings. And what I was impressed with most of all, were the kids, and they were, 17, 18-year-olds, and they were saying to the counter group, we're not telling you who to hang out with. We're not telling you what to believe. We're asking you to respect our beliefs. We're asking you to let us celebrate Pride. We're asking you to let us support all of the LGBTQ2S trans communities. You need to do better. You need to speak more respectfully to people. I couldn't believe the maturity and the understanding on their part, And when I talked to my daughter, she goes, yeah, but Mom, I kept waiting for someone to say to me, you don't know what you're talking about. You're faking it. I said, honey, that's imposter syndrome, and everybody gets it. It's not just young people. I've been at my job for 28 years, and I still would get imposter syndrome. People would be like, you're doing the job of 4 people. And I'd be like, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And meanwhile, in my head, I'm thinking, I feel like a duck, A duck goes on water and they look so serene floating along. But if you look under, they're paddling their legs as fast as they can. I feel like that a lot of the time. And like I said, today I'm looking at other people's videos and thinking, I am so lo-fi. Do I belong in this community? And it went in my head. And I went, no. this is what I talk about with everyone. This is self-doubt. It needs to leave. I have viewers, I have subscribers, I have the most amazing community giving me so much love and support and inspiration. I love your ideas, guys. Keep them coming, please. I do what I can for everyone that way. But I'm like, we need to talk about this, because a lot of times people don't realize it's not that I doubt myself. It's that I'm letting imposter syndrome sneak into my ear and whisper to me. I need to find my confidence and my own sense of self-worth to say, I am good enough. And you are, guys. You are more than enough. If you take away anything from any of my videos, it's that you are enough, okay? And you are loved, and you are worthy, and you are deserving of every good thing that happens, okay? And you have strength more than you will ever know. You have the strength to overcome self-doubt and self-loathing. You have the strength when life throws, rocks at you. You have the strength to catch them. Sometimes you need someone to help you lift that load, and that's okay, because that's what we're all here for. We are all in this together, okay? And I know that sometimes we feel so alone or so lonely, but the fact that you're watching a video on the ASMR community, you are not alone. You are not. You're already reaching out, and you may feel like you're just watching videos, but you're part of the community. You are an important part of this community. And every time you like a video, subscribe to someone, or comments are so important because it connects us. It makes us connected. Every time you do that, you're part of the community, part of the solution. You're part of making someone else feel better. And that should make you feel better, okay? When I do these videos, I'm really trying to reach out to each and every one of you. I wish I could hug all of you, I know I talked about it in a past video about Leo Buscaglia. He was a motivational speaker back in my day. And I always remember he spoke, know I've told this story before, but some people may not have heard it. And I'm old, I can repeat myself. He really wanted physical touch. He wanted people hugging each other, holding hands, shaking hands, whatever, right? After one of his shows, an 80-year-old woman came up to him and asked for a hug. And he hugged her. And she started to cry. And she said that was the first hug she'd had in 15 years. And he said, what kind of a world are we in that someone can go 15 years without a basic human contact? I make sure I don't let anyone go by without a hug. The other day I wore my t-shirt that I love so much, the one that says to the person behind me, you matter, you're great, you are enough, you're beautiful, you're loved. This girl tapped me on the shoulder and she said, your shirt's making me cry. I said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. She goes, no, it just really, I needed to read that today. And I said, do you want a hug? And she said, I do, but I think it's weird. So I said, okay, no problem. I would have hugged her though. But yeah, like if I was in a park and somebody walked up to me and said, will you pray with me? I'll do it. I don't need to know who you're praying to. My God is your God as far as I'm concerned. If you said to me, hi, I'm walking in the park alone and I see you're alone and there's a weird person behind me, you better believe we're walking together. We need to look out for each other and stand up for each other. And I know we're a little off topic of imposter syndrome, but I basically just really want you guys to know that it exists and that it's just a part of self-doubt and that everybody feels that way. I have heard so many successful people, financially successful, career successful, artistically successful, say that they just keep waiting for someone to say, oh, we made a mistake, out you go. It's a normal feeling. And if we can accept that we all feel that way, it's a lot easier to deal with. And I was lucky, I worked with a group of nurses, and there were times where, I was the admin assistant, they were the nurses, and I'd feel like I wasn't as important. And they were amazing at because I used to say, yeah, but you guys are front, I'm just backline. And my friend Susan was the first one to jump on me and say, never, ever use the word just in front of anything that you are. You are not just anything. And I remembered that because I used to call my mom and I'd say, hi, it's just me. And she goes, what do you mean, just you? And I never stopped saying it because I think I liked hearing her say, what do you mean, just you? So you're not just you. And you're not an imposter. You are a genuine, authentic person who deserves amazing, good things. And I want you to know that. I want you to believe that. So if you've got some self-doubt and if you've got some imposter syndrome, I want you to look in the mirror. I don't care if you feel foolish. Auntie Angel told you to do something. You look in the mirror and you say it. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. And if you can't say it, I'm going to teach you a trick. I know I've showed you guys this trick before about finding your calm, pressing down, and that's your calm. Do the 3. 1, 2, 3. I am enough. I am enough. Just doing it. Put your hand down to the side. Nobody needs to know you're doing it, but you know what you're doing. And you know you're enough because I've told you you're enough. I know that you are. You are not an imposter. You are wonderful. You are kind. You are authentic. And I love you and I value you and I honor you. And I'm so very, very, very glad that you were born.